So today we are filming, well, I should say tonight, we're filming the very last installment to our I Am Thankful Dolly Tales series, where we each talk about one doll-related thing and one non-doll-related thing that we are grateful for, because this was the Thanksgiving month, and our Thanksgiving was really nice, so we probably should have planned it out better so that they were all up before Thanksgiving, but we didn't. That's okay. So I actually have Isabel in this video because on Saturday after Thanksgiving, she turned 3 years old. We went out the Saturday after Thanksgiving in 2014 and we picked up Isabel, and she was the very first, and as of right now, the only doll we've ever bought like at an American Girl store, so she's really, really special.
And I called like the store ahead of time and everything to make sure they still had her.
Yeah.
It was a great time.
So yeah, you'll be seeing more of her in an upcoming American Girl collection video we'll do sometime soon-ish, next few weeks.
I am holding Emily because it was about 2 years ago that I decided to get her on Thanksgiving weekend. That's when I started trolling eBay. So
yep. So we'll kick off the video with the doll-related things we're thankful for. So do you want to start, or do you want me to?
you can start.
Okay, so I am really thankful that dolls gave me a voice. And by that I mean, like, I spent most of my life feeling like what I had to say wasn't important to other people because I'm naturally like a really quiet person, and I know that might be hard to believe because I talk a lot in my videos, but that's why I talk a lot in my videos and why I have so much to say about all my dolls, because I'm really passionate about them. And I feel like a lot of people never really took the time to get to know me when I was in school because I was quiet. I'd get like the, wait, you talk all the time? And it just made me feel like I wasn't important and like no one cared what I had to say. And a lot of people, even like as an adult, kind of write me off. And I feel like by getting back into dolls and feeling really confident about them and wanting to share things about them, I've found that voice and I've found that confidence, and I've realized how important it is to like wear your heart on your sleeve and to be open and to share like your good and your bad experiences and whatever you can to like help other people. And also like it feels really freeing and liberating just to like be yourself, and I've always found it really hard to like open up to people in real life, and my dolls have given me like the tool to do that. And by being able to do that, I feel like I've connected with so many people like here on YouTube and on Flickr, and nothing's more empowering and makes you feel better than when someone else tells you that something you've said like impacted them in a positive way. Whether it was like you inspired me to keep collecting dolls, or your videos, you know, made my day better, or I realize now that, you know, I wasn't loving myself and your videos have helped me see that, you know, like, and I get comments like that regularly and they always mean so much to me, and I feel like if my dolls hadn't given me that voice, then I wouldn't be here and I wouldn't have like that message. And I think that's one of the best parts of collecting dolls, and I like get to express myself through writing about them and through talking on videos and just like through the photography I do with them, and I think that's really special. So what's your doll?
I'm thankful for how the dolls have enriched my life by giving us a diversion. So I feel like because of the doll collecting, we never are without something to do. Like whether it's making them stuff or setting up photos or retaking photos, or even just tagging photos if you're feeling lazy, or looking through your dolls and deciding which ones need a hair washed. I mean, there's just so much we can do with the dolls. Like, you know, for example, a couple years ago, Shelly was home alone for a couple hours and she decided to start making American Girl earrings for Elizabeth and Ivy, who were the only two with ear piercings at the time. Just like random things like that you do on like a rainy day that just end up taking off and having life of their own and being a lot of fun. And there's so much less I'd be doing in my spare time if it weren't for the dolls.
Yeah, they keep us motivated and give us things to do and something
Definitely.
to look forward to.
Definitely motivation.
And I think a lot of people don't get that about collecting, and they see it as this unhealthy thing. Like, oh my gosh, you must, be missing out. There must be something wrong with you. I get that all the time. And it's like, no, they've given me hobbies, and they give you something to look forward to. And
that's a good point. Like, looking forward to, like, when I was trying dismally to teach Spanish many moons ago, and I would come home, and at the time Shelly was just setting up her Disney doll display in her bedroom again for the first time, and it gave me something when I came home at the end of the day to see that she'd put more dolls on the shelf where she fixed up her 92 Jasmine's hair. Just that gave me something to feel good about at a time in my life that wasn't that good.
yeah, and it doesn't have to be about like always getting something new. Like, I try not to promote that on my channel. Like, yes, I get dolls, but I also really hope that it comes home that like the point hits home that like doll collecting is so much more than that, and it's like about the memories and what you do with your dolls and how you choose to treat them that like really matters. Not like always having the new thing or always having to buy stuff. Like, I'm happy not buying stuff. So
no, I mean, you've spent hours just making lists and making like collection books,
and making jewelry and organizing. Like, it's just all in for me, and I think that that's a really cool part of it. So for our non-doll related thing, of course, we both agreed on this again, and we're thankful for each other.
Hi, sister.
And I think a lot of people assume that like we grew up best friends and like we were always super tight, but actually when we were really little we weren't. Like, Colleen used to get in physical fights with me.
I did not want a sister.
Oh yeah, like
Mom and Dad are like, we're having a baby. I don't want a baby. What do you want, a boy or girl? Neither. Well, you have to decide. Pick one, brother or sister. I'd rather a brother, so I don't share my toys. And then, bad news, you're actually getting a sister. What? At least let me choose.
Yep. I mean, so it took a long time for us to get like really close, but I mean, by the time I was like 6 or 7, we were good friends, just because we had like actually dolls was something that started us.
Yeah, I mean, we had this old childhood game called Ariel and Kelsey that we would play. I remember coming home on those half days and getting out of school early, and Mom would make us Prince shells and cheese, and we'd go and play with the dolls in Shelly's room.
Definitely like our make-believe and our dolls, and I think the fact that we both kind of like didn't fit in at school was like what brought us together. Like, we always had trouble making friends, and like I was kind of ignored a lot as a kid, or I would be like the backup friend for someone until
I was the pain in the butt that nobody wanted. I wonder why.
And I also always like ended up being friends with people who wanted to take advantage of me because I was nice to them. So I'd get like lied to and they'd steal things from me. It happened a lot, and I just got sick of it. And so, once we became really good friends, I mean, maybe it wasn't the healthiest thing, but Colleen was kind of like my only really good friend through most of school. And like once we lost our mom, I think that definitely made us feel
definitely drove us closer together. And I would say that as the years have gone on and the events in life drove us closer together just by nature. I mean, we're just very inseparable.
At the end of the day, like, we're all each other's halves in a way, and I think that like that's a good thing in the sense of like it's better than being all alone. Like, even though we don't have parents anymore and we're not married or anything, it's really good that we have each other. And like, I know she always has my back, and we know each other really well. Like, we don't even need to talk to each other to like understand. And I think that that's like such a special thing.
We have silent conversations when we're around other people.
And I feel like most people I know aren't that close to their brothers and sisters. Like, our dad was not that close to his brothers. It took him until he was like a grown-up to get close to like one of his brothers. And like, we have other friends and stuff that just have no relationship with their siblings, and it's sad. And I think if like you can have that with your family,
we're very blessed to have that.
Yeah, and I mean, it takes work. I mean, it does. Like, we're very different people, but
she's Mrs. Clean and I'm formerly kind of a slob. I'm converting.
We try to like understand each other and respect that we're different, and we balance each other out. And I'm really grateful because I don't feel like I would have had any reason to like want to continue on like after Dad died.
I know, and I'm in the same boat. I mean, like, I know I don't say enough because, I know that she sometimes hears me come home from work and I'm all excited about my awesome job and how much I love it and feels kind of on the background. But the truth is, I never would have had the courage to pursue my dreams or keep the house going or anything without you. And there's this quote by Lights that I always think of her. It's, "It's you who brings the morning and you who takes the sun when I sleep. You're the only one who stuck around for me when I was losing faith in what I thought I would be. The only one in the dark I see."
Well, it's very sentimental. So, I love you too, but I'm not much of a hugger, to be honest. Unless you're a cute, cuddly animal or a doll, I'm not much of a hugger. But, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we will be doing a 4-part Christmas series. Do you want to tell them, or do you want to keep it a secret?
I'll tell them.
Okay.
Because I'm not
We'll
much
have to be
keeping
quick.
secrets.
The battery's dying. I can see.
Okay. So we want to film a 4-part series next month too. I came up with the idea. It's called Dolls from Christmas Past, and it's going to be about dolls we got
Over the years.
On Christmas.
Yep, and we already have like an organized way of doing it, and we're starting to take thumbnails. So we'll be doing those each weekend of December until Christmas. And there will also be like a Dolly Diaries holiday edition too. So we'll have like some Christmas themed things, holiday themed things. I mean, there will be, Dolly Diaries won't be all Christmas themed, but if you watched last year's, then you'll kind of have an idea of what we're doing this year. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, love your dolls, love yourself, and love your life.